Requirement for PhD. Of course, before you can think of doing your PhD program, you must have obtained your bachelor's degree or your first degree, and you must have also obtained your master's degree. But the question is it everybody who has obtained master's degree is qualified to be admitted directly for a PhD program? The answer is no. Now listen, at your bachelor's level, you must graduate with either a first class, a second class upper division, or at least a second class lower division. In other words, you obtain at bachelor's level first class or 2-1 or at least 2-2. Then you are qualified to do your what? Masters. Now listen, at master's level, for you to be qualified to be admitted directly to do your PhD program, then you must graduate from master's program with at least a CGPA of 3.50 or an average percent score of 60%. What it means is that, assuming, for example, in your master's program, you offered 12 courses, then the sum of all the scores obtained from the 12 courses divided by 12 should not be less than 60%, or you have a B in all your 12 courses. That is when you are qualified to be admitted directly into a PhD program. If at the end of your master's program, your CGPA is less than 3.5 or your average percent score is less than 60%, you are not qualified to be admitted directly to do PhD. What then can you do? You will have to first of all go do a pre-program known as Master of Philosophy, commonly called MPhil, and ensure you obtain a good grade of at least 3.5 CGPA. Now, with the result of your MPhil and the result you obtain from your master's degree, you can now be admitted to do a PhD program. So, if you are a student currently doing your master's program and you have the intention to proceed to further into PhD, then make sure you graduate from master's program with at least a CGPA of 3.5 or an average percent score of 60% in order to avoid having to pass through the long journey of MPhil. Do you understand? Thank you very much for watching.